nervous and started scratching my arm, and then realized I was scratching my arm and was like, what am I doing? If they're like up a little. Okay. Oh. Why are we going so close?
Hi everyone, welcome to the very first episode of Cheeky Coffee Chats with Sid. And this one's super exciting because it's the very first one. And we're doing a Sagittarius deep dive.
Hi.
With Josette, a Sagittarius lady. So to start, obviously we had to have coffee. And these coffees that we're drinking are from Starbucks. It's an iced Americano with 5 pumps of sugar-free vanilla and almond milk.
I love the almond milk. It's like light. It's really good.
Yeah. They say dairy is not good for you anymore. I don't know if that's true or what that's all about. But to start, talking about Sagittarius people and women, what I envision is they could be very adventurous, sometimes hippie, very outgoing and friendly and social butterflies. They like traveling. They love music. They love music festivals. A fire sign, so sometimes they could be a little fiery. Sagittarius is someone who isn't like jumping to work a 9 to 5 and get married and kind of live a very traditional type of thing. They're usually just like they want to bounce around. They wouldn't be with someone clingy. They wouldn't be with someone who's not giving them their space. They like their space and freedom, and they like to float around with not a lot of restrictions. So what do you think about Sagittarius? Do you agree with that
Honestly, like literally hit me like right on the head. Spot on. Yes, I am very independent. I love music, like you said. I am very fiery. I love everything you said. Like it's just like all me.
Yeah.
Music, yes.
Okay. All right, cool. So let's talk a little bit. I always think it's interesting to see like how the signs, what people are they getting along with and what people are they butting heads with.
My best friend is a Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
Me and her have just like been like interlocked, and like we are very good together, but like sometimes like her duality comes out and like she's just like totally different. So, but I love like other Sagittariuses. My mom's a Sagittarius, but again, she's fiery, like you were saying. But I do get along with other Sagittarius. I love you. You're an Aquarius.
Yeah.
So we do get along pretty well. No, honestly, I'm just like, I really like everyone.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
I think that that goes with the sign, that goes with the territory. People in my life that are Sagittarius, and I feel like there's a lot to be learned from them, and I think could be considered a pro and a con, because they're so, like, someone could run them over, and they'd be like, they'd invite them to a dinner party the next week. Like, you know, it just rolls right off their shoulder, and I'm the opposite. So I feel like I could learn forgiveness and just, like, letting things go. But at the same time, I'm like, do you think that maybe, you know, maybe be mad at this person?
I'm very uncomfortable when I'm mad. I don't like being mad at people. And, like, I feel like it comes back, like, where I feel like I've done something wrong, or, like, I don't like conflict, and I have just a very hard time, like, when people are mad at me, I'm like, oh my god, how can I make this right?
Yeah. I would say that comes with two. I think that a lot of the fire signs, you know, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, they're very optimistic a lot of the times, you know, pretty positive and optimistic. So I think that rings true for you.
Nice.
But yeah, and I think everything you said too about Geminis, other Sagittarius, and Aquarius, that seems about right, because Geminis too are very friendly. They can be friends with many different types of people. They like music too, and they also need their independence in their space. So I feel like it's a good match there. You know, no one's going to be up each other's. But Aquarius, I'm an Aquarius. I've always got along with Sagittarius mostly. So it all kind of makes sense. Classic Sagittarius pros and cons about you.
This is like a pro and a con depending on how you look at it. Like, I'm rebellious. I don't like order in things. I create my own order. Is that like a Sagittarius trait? Like working for myself and like creating my own environment where like it has flexibility, because I'm a very flexible, flaky person.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's like a con and a pro.
For sure.
I don't know. I'm very social, which like it's very hard for me to be alone. Like I don't know. Like I always want to be like hanging out with people and like.
Yeah, that's definitely a double-edged sword, and I think that's definitely very Sagittarius because one of my good friends from back home, he's a Sagittarius guy. I could tell you he's probably by himself 2 seconds out of the day. The other times he's like, he lives with my other good friend. He's like, you know, what are you doing? And he's with them all the time. And he's always like, he's got a friend, it seems like, in every city. And he's just like always with somebody,
Yes.
which is good. And he just always seems to be in the mood. I'm like, oh no, I could never, I can't do that.
I'm that person, like, no matter where I go, like, even, like, if someone's ringing me up at Publix, like, I want to be their friend and, like, talk about their day and, like, ask them how they're doing. I just, like, I like to make friends everywhere I go.
Oh, that's good. Very good. I got this from Barnes & Noble, which I love that store and I hate that store. It's so expensive, but I want all the books in there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It is Sagittarius is energetic, ambitious, generous, freedom-loving, and a seeker of challenge, open to new ideas and exploration.
Yes,
Agreed?
that's me. Yes.
Yeah. That your polarity is Gemini. So that's your opposite. It's saying Sagittarius is the sign of philosophy, higher learning, and broad concepts. Its natives are happiest discovering new ideas, exploring distant places, and not getting tied down with personal commitments. Gemini, Sagittarius' opposite sign, is the sign of personal expression and communicating one-on-one. Gemini people are extremely verbal, love to give advice, and tend to try to guide, even to control other people's lives. So,
Interesting.
yeah. Your lucky day is Thursday, and your lucky numbers are 5 and 7. How do you feel about that?
Well, that's actually really funny. I met a lot of important people on Thursdays.
Really?
Yes, I've always, like, seen, like, Thursday as, like, one of my favorite days because it's Friday Eve.
That's what I was just about to say. There's something about it. People go out.
I
you
like
feel
Thursdays.
good.
I love Thursdays. I used to go out all the time on Thursdays. It's so funny you say that. Like, I've always, like, been drawn to, like, just the Friday Eve mood. It's funny.
Yeah.
And then what were the numbers?
5 and 7.
Well, I love 7. I've always loved 7.
7 is hands down the best number. You can't argue with me. If you play Deal or No Deal, pick 7.
Yes. Yes. 7 is just, like, it's a good number. Like, I've always, like, seen positivity in the number 7.
Special color says purple. Uncommon color of royalty and the artistic.
So my favorite color is purple. Can you tell I have like purple glasses? My hair is purple. My dress is purple. I just like, I'm drawn to the color purple. I love it. It's always been my favorite color.
And these people say astrology isn't real and the proof is in the pudding. Their strong desire for freedom may also incite jealousy and possessiveness on the part of a lover.
Wow. Spot on.
Yeah. There's only been really like once where like I had a thing with a Sagittarius guy and he's great, you know, he's so fun, he's amazing, there's something about him. But I'm just like, even me, like he had so many girlfriends and he was just all over the place like a social butterfly floating around, and he'd be like, yeah, I was at so-and-so's house last night and then here and then here and here. And I'm like, see, I just don't, I'm like, you were with, you know, and you see these,
Who were you with?
These group photos, and I'm like looking, and I'm like, so who are these people? Do you have a thing with them? And actually, not to put you on the hot spot or anything, but any person I've met who's been extraterrestrial, extrasexual,
okay,
very, you know, liking to do the dance with no pants. Any very, like, sensual person, like, you're either a Scorpio or a Sagittarius.
Interesting.
Which I think also adds to the jealousy, because if you're very comfortable with your stuff, your whole thing, then it's like, okay, so, like, what are we working with here? You know, when you're in the group photo, I be thinking to myself, like, what numbers are we looking at? I'm like, it was crazy, but...
So I do have to say, like, I'm just, like, a very friendly person, and sometimes people who are with me are like, whoa, like, how did you meet all these people? Like, what are their history? What's, like, why are you so close with them? And I just, like, I'm very close with a lot of people. It just happens quickly for me.
Yes. Famous people, Sagittarius, we've got, Miley Cyrus,
Ooh.
Frank Sinatra, Christina Aguilera,
Okay.
Woody Allen, Tyra Banks.
Oh, I love Tyra.
Yeah.
She's
Beethoven,
fierce.
Jamie Foxx,
Okay. I do like that Gold Digger song.
Walt Disney.
Wow. That's special.
Yeah. Entrepreneur.
I love Disney World. Yeah, he is an entrepreneur.
You know, we've covered a lot. That kind of sort of wraps it up, but
Yeah, you've like literally like put like all my traits into like a little box and you're like, this describes you perfectly. And it's like, yes. How have I never dived deep into astrology before? Thanks for introducing me to all those Sagittarius traits.
I want to say thanks to Beachside Retro for sponsoring this video. And coincidentally, if you're wondering who the owner is of Beachside Retro, it's Josette. And then that would make you think, like, okay, maybe a Sagittarius lady would be a business owner.
We, as strong women, see like the positivity in working for ourselves and not the man. And we like to like have our own little flexible schedules and like flexible rules and just flexibility in general.
Yeah. So, do you know any other Sagittarius business owners?
Actually, it's so funny. I'm friends with a Sagittarius who, like, her qualities are very close to mine. Like, the traits of, like, being a little rebellious and being, like, self-driven and positive. Sandra with Smiles Sweets. She makes, like, the cutest cakes. And, oh, my God, they're not just, like, beautiful, but they're actually really good. I love those cakes.
I think it's hard to find both. Looking good and tasting good.
I agree.
So that's a plus.
And, like, she's a Sagittarius. What can you not love about that?
Yeah. Okay, so you guys can tune in next week for the next episode. Not sure exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be great. Might be a deep dive. It's going to be something. We'll have coffee. And we're going to link Beachside Retros, all their stuff. We're going to link that below in the description. I have this space we're filming in. It's my art studio space, which I always wanted to do. And now we have this place to film, and I can start making stuff again. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.